Sometimes you know what you need to do, but for some reason you can't get yourself to do it. And not because you're lazy and not because you don't care, but because sometimes the thing feels heavy or risky or overwhelming. Or maybe just because you don't have the energy for it or you're feeling stuck. But it helps to remind yourself that hard things usually feel hard because they matter. Even some of those really mundane or seemingly small things can feel hard to do, or maybe they just feel easy to ignore, but they still matter. They can start to pile up or add up and turn into big things if you let them sit for too long. And the really big things always matter, especially if they're truly challenging, because they usually ask you to stretch beyond what you've already done or who you've already been. And that can be scary. And even if it's not exactly scary, it can still be hard to get motivated for that kind of mental or physical stretch. I tell my students all the time, very often when teaching strenuous physical practice, that it's good for you to do hard things because it is. It's how you prove to yourself that you can. And I can say with certainty that actually doing something that might seem really difficult will make you feel alive and competent and confident, especially if you keep doing it. And that applies to everything that I teach about the mental practice too. The big problem for most people is getting motivated, but if you're waiting to feel totally motivated, you might have to wait for a long time. Motivation isn't always the starting point. Movement is almost always where you need to start. So instead of asking, how do I do this whole thing? You ask, what's the first step or the next step? And we talked about this last time. Prioritizing any task list is a big part of this process. Getting the things that you absolutely need to do out of the way does train your brain and open you up for more success. It creates momentum and provides proof that you really are making progress, even if we're talking about something on your list that seems relatively small. But the first step in doing hard things and making something happen is convincing yourself that you don't need to solve everything or do everything right now. That's usually a big part of what keeps us stuck. But you just need to do something. You don't need to feel especially confident at this point. You don't need to feel entirely ready. You just need to do something to get the energy moving. And I know, I know sometimes that's easier said than done. If you've been stuck in a pattern for a while, definitely if it's an unhealthy pattern, it can feel really hard to start moving in a different direction. You're probably going to get some mental and emotional pushback. And when that resistance shows up, you need to know it's not the enemy. Resistance usually means the ego and your nervous system are trying to protect you from discomfort or failure, and maybe most of all, trying to protect you from change. Go back through the Self Study Foundations playlist. We've already talked about the fear of change and the way your body reacts to the fear of the unknown and all the information that you can find in there when you finally get willing to sit with that feeling and acknowledge any amount of fear as a teacher. At some point, you have to acknowledge the fear and take a step in the right direction anyway. And here's a really practical first step that you can take right now. It's a really simple starting ritual just to get you up and moving. You're just going to take 4 slow, deep breaths, and then you're going to go do whatever it is that you need to do. It sounds too easy, but I promise it works, especially if you commit to making it a regular practice. And if you want to include a tactile focal point with a hand gesture that really does hold energy and meaning, that's really simple too. Nobody even needs to know that you're doing it. One breath with your thumb to your index finger, another breath with your thumb on your middle finger, then your ring finger, and then you land with your thumb and your little finger touching. And that's the gesture that grows the energy of integrity. And that's the energy that you need for taking action when it feels hard to do. That's the right energy for whatever needs to be done. And then whatever happens next is up to you. If you got a physical task that needs to be completed, just get it over with. I promise you'll feel better. You'll be making progress. Even if you pick something really small, set a 5-minute timer or set a timer to see how long it actually takes to do the thing that you've been putting off. You'll probably surprise yourself. The amount of time that you've been carrying that thing around in your head has probably been far longer than the actual doing of the thing. And once you get started and create some movement, momentum probably will take over. And in that momentum, you will very often find yourself motivated to keep going. Let starting be imperfect because it doesn't have to be perfect to be progress. If you want motivation, reconnect to meaning. Ask yourself, why is this task on your list or this goal? Or why is this plan important? Because your why matters. It lines up with who you really are and who you were always meant to be. And motivation grows when action matches your self-identification. We're going to talk about this more next time, but you can tell yourself right now, I'm the kind of person who shows up. I'm the kind of person who keeps going. I'm a person who makes things happen. I do what needs to be done. If the task feels overwhelming, shrink it. Make the steps so small that it feels almost too easy. If you've got a list, make it short. Just include the bare minimum. Stand up, move around, take out the trash, wipe the counter. It doesn't have to be a big thing, and you don't have to have it all planned out or do everything right now. Once you start moving, you'll probably find the energy to keep going, and at least for long enough to get the really obvious stuff done. Open the document. If you can get yourself to do that, you're on your way. The first part is almost always the hardest part, so send the message, make the call. You don't have to feel totally inspired to do that. You just need to do it. Inspiration will come if you keep going. Let movement create momentum. Let momentum create motivation. Let progress replace the need for perfection, because hard things don't get easier when we wait. They get easier when we practice, and all that stuff is practice. It gets a lot easier when you look at it that way. You're just flexing that I can do things muscle, and that part of you gets stronger by flexing like that more often. Even when you're tired, sometimes that's just a reminder to do something to take care of yourself. If it's healthy, if it's needed, that's how you prove to yourself how much you care about you. And if it's needed, that's not lazy. That's a good thing. But you got to be honest with yourself. If the real problem is feeling unmotivated or stuck, that's a reminder to get moving. You can't get unstuck if you decide to stay there. And even when you're overwhelmed or scared, especially when you're scared, that's a reminder to face the unknown. And facing it's almost always the only way out of a scary place. And if you're not feeling inspired, it's a reminder to go looking for inspiration. Next time, we're going to talk about where to find it and the power of inspired action. And it all starts here with that first step that gets your energy moving in the right direction.